Hello and welcome, everyone. Sorry for that abrupt start there, but we're getting started with the match a little earlier here today, still on 30-minute delay. But today, we have a great TPLite match between SAP and RZN on Purple Heart Lane. So this is another TPLite match, so we're seeing some smaller teams, but on Purple Heart Lane, every man matters, and this is sure to be a good one here today. I'm joined by Awake, as you all know, from many TPL streams at this point, but you can check him out on his YouTube channel, Now Awake. He does a lot of these streams as well. And we have the founder and owner of the People's League, Herc, as many of you guys know as well. So welcome, boys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for joining. So we're jumping in really quick here. Map change is already initiated, and we will be going ahead as jumping into admin cam in just a moment here. I will be on the RZN side this game. So this is the Allies' perspective versus SAP, who will be playing as the Germans. And we're greeted with a Carentan Causeway right away, boys. What do we say about that? That sounds like a good midpoint to me.
Certainly gonna add to more fun.
Yeah, let's see what
Right in the
can...
middle of the map, it's gonna be a great approach. Nobody likes Purple Heart Lane.
No, I don't know why they agreed to this.
No. the wheel provides the randomness that we need sometimes, but new areas on this map, obviously, with the update and the refresh. This bridge, so critical. I think anyone who's played a decent amount of time playing Hell Let Loose and Purple Heart Lane in particular knows just how annoying this bridge was to try to get across and kind of get some pressure by the Allies. So a lot more flexibility here, and this is the point. If we look at the map here, we have Bloody Bend, Dove Bridge, Carentan Causeway, Aid Station, and Cabbage Patch. So Awake, we see one team having a straight shot, the other team having offset. What goes through your mind? What, a lot of experience you have, so what say you?
Just point from experience, I really hope no one goes down the main road from either team in their trucks, because the German P4, it's an easy sight line to snipe any trucks or any tanks that come down the main road. It's in my personal experience, I haven't really played that much since the map got reworked, because you can actually drive trucks through like the deep water where everyone drowns. That's kind of changed, so I really don't know how the changes are like going to be played into this match. Um, in my personal experience, this is also a more allied favored map, just because you get a little bit easier access to certain areas of the map. Carentan Causeway being one of them, in my personal opinion. But anything can happen in Hell Loose. But I think we're in for a solid match today.
I agree there, Awake. What do you think, Herc? Offset points pose a big challenge for a lot of teams. So what do you think is most important here for the Allies to do right off the jump?
I think it's gonna be important, definitely to attain map control, not just of the center point, but of the surrounding points, or like the east and the west, because we do have offsets. Those key areas in the map, those will be critical in pushes onto Carentan Causeway, which will most likely be the focus of the fighting for most of the match.
Right. I think this is going to be a great one. We see both commanders dropping supplies on either side of the blue line for them, and we are underway. Let me make sure I have my highlights on here, and we'll see all the trucks as they come in. Axis heavy on the road. I wish we had someone on the other team. We have multiple tanks, two P2s, and a Puma, as well as their P4 pulling up the rear. A truck laden with infantry for the Axis. On the Allies side of things, we're seeing much of the same. Some early shots going in from the Allies. Scary time to be an American on this road.
Like armored convoys.
Yeah, they have like the Puma, the Greyhound blocking the shots ahead of the trucks. Get off the road. Initial cap pressure went to the Axis, but now shifting to the Allies. Ooh.
I don't know
Friendly
if that was a
fire.
team.
Yeah, I believe so. Oh no, and that early Stewart went down for the Americans. Really, really tough off the bat. Only 2 soldiers for RZN able to jump out here as the P2 diving in. Seeing these mediums duke it out on the road. Try to jump down a little bit. Panzer II causing some issues. RZN pushing up. Sorry for these artifacts here. This
is just PHL.
This is just PHL. Just adds to the
Yeah.
experience, right?
One of the many reasons we love PHL.
Even though they say they reworked it, they didn't rework it. They just added more bridges.
And more flickering. I don't know if I dealt with it as much or if it's an admin cam thing. I'll try to keep it a little bit more steady to avoid so many.
We definitely see they have set up a pretty strong immediate defense on Causeway there.
Yeah.
It looks like they've taken control of that point fairly quickly and fairly effectively.
Yeah, SAP really in a dominant position right now, forcing RZN to the other side of this bridge.
And with that cutting off, you know, basically one of the few approaches on Carrington Causeway. RZN's really going to have to, like I was talking about earlier, attain map control east or west so that they can have any semblance of a push back on.
So I think with SAP now securing the point here, getting very, very close to it as the Allied tank dives in. But I do want to mention that, you know, I was told ahead of this game by one of the RZN players that there's been a little bit of a friendly rivalry that's been brewing between these two teams. So you know that plays a big factor into how you approach these matches, and you know you're playing with a little extra oomph. So you know we're watching a rivalry match here, obviously you know a friendly rivalry, but in a very real game. So let's see who's able to win some bragging rights here. Medium unaware that they have a Panzer II pushing up on the left side of them. Let's get in a little closer and see who this is over here. This is Nuzo, Vlad, and Galvo. There's Bullet over here. Now takes out that Panzer II.
But is that going to help that push in?
I mean, the good news for RZN right now is that they aren't pushed back beyond this bridge, like at least entirely right now. There's not a lot of infantry on the other side, but losing this bridge is really, really tough for the Allies here. So RZN needs to make sure they're making the progress across that bridge, and you know that SAP is making sure that they are able to secure that bridgehead.
Well, it does look like that RZN armor is taking shots, not only shots from, it looks like high velocity armor shells, but it looks like there's 2 to 3, maybe even 4 ATs close by, and it looks like they're all converging.
Yeah, Bullet does a great play here, kills one of the TC out of the tank while he was under Arty's fire, so you can see he got an OP up here, or maybe not. He has an OP nearby. I think that's what Sabbath came from. Sabbath able to finish it off with the Panzerschreck. Massive German advantage with the Panzerschreck and making good use of it over there. Artillery, quite obviously, going to be playing a massive factor in this game. It is PHL after all. Let's back up here and see a little bit more what's going on at the battlefield. Looks like that's the first heavy that the Allies are rolling out there on the left side of your screen, you see. But much of the battle is centered around this bridge right now. It is the front door for both teams. In these
I would like to point out, I do like SAP's approach, like the initial approach to capture mid. Like 4 tanks, probably with all crewmen, given it being TPLite, that is a lot of cap weight that you're
Right.
putting into those tanks. So that was like really well executed and good game plan coming into the match from them.
And that's game planning for the map that you know you're going to be playing, which is, I think, one of the benefits and things that's going to really create a bigger skill gap between these teams is who's going to prepare for those sorts of things. Okay, we know we're playing Purple Heart Lane. We know that armor is going to be an important part of the what it takes to win. So SAP deciding that they're going to take from their 30 people that are able to play in the match and have, 9 of them, 10 of them, which is a sizable percentage of your team that is in armor. That's a play that you make because you have a PHL, because you have a FOI, one of those kinds of matches. So love to see a team adjust to the cards that they're dealt. Little action, Franco's. Goes down to RXD. My first curse of the day. I'm sorry, Franco. It won't be the last, I promise. Not because I'm trying to.
I had a bunch of those in the 9-man 21st game earlier today.
This weekend has probably been one of the best weekends for competitive Hell Let Loose in my time playing since launch on console. So rarely do you have a game that's 2 years old and, quite frankly, with the problems that Hell Let Loose can have sometimes, and get a rejuvenation during its life span like we've had here in the last 3 weeks.
And it's only the first few weeks of admin cam,
Right.
so
Right.
it's only more to come.
Way more to come. There's some great work here by Skeptic and whose squad was this over here? Ganeda. I know Ganeda. He's streamed for us before before we had admin cam. He's a fantastic player.
Do you know what regions these two teams are from?
Yeah, I believe SAP is South America. Let me see what RZN, what their locale shows. Doesn't show on their team rep what region he is. Not 100% sure. I wish I would have been able to ask them, but I know SAP is Spanish. Just not sure about RZN. Maybe I would think probably Spanish as well, considering the rivalry that they got brewing. But again, sorry for not knowing 100%. We're seeing an airhead come in by the Axis, gonna consolidate their gains on the other side of this bridge. I kind of like that in a smaller format game. Awake. What do you think about that? Usually you don't see something like that.
I mean,
on PHL.
I think it's definitely situational, just because some of the hard cap is actually on that side of the bridge, so you can get spawn waves and start getting some hard cap pressure from that side of the bridge. So I don't dislike it. It's obviously very early. I mean, I think they RZN probably definitely sees it. Obviously the tank is shooting that direction. They do get a wave off, but I don't dislike it, but I think Artie's also hitting it too, so
tough time
maybe
to spawn in
not
there.
the best, because they do have that side of control. Maybe opt for a different location for the airhead, just because it's kind of out in the open where Artie can hit it.
We're seeing a 2-man tank here, Gustavo and Lumritz. Holding this courtyard here for the Axis is absolutely massive, and for the Allies, you can't let the Axis control here. But Farah, Guillermo, Franco, Texas, doing a really good job.
I think they did end up taking out that airhead too.
Looks like they did, yep. Ganeda, Ghost, Caverio. Sorry, I'm butchering these names, I'm sure. I need one of those phonetic guides, that they give to, like, real announcers. That tank putting in work for the Americans here. OP spawn just behind there. Artillery, full throat. It's bullets OP.
I think one of the greatest things in this game from admin cam that I've been loving is just when a tank kills infantry and directly hits them. It's the most beautiful thing in the world.
All right, Psycho, beautiful. All right,
it's so funny to me.
All right, can someone check on Awake? Can someone close to Awake please check on him?
I've been streaming too much this weekend. So.
You're desensitized. That I know exactly which one you're talking about. The one that happened in the HLE 6th match where it like shattered off the tank and just annihilated that guy. Yeah, his family's getting a Ziploc bag filled with him. Really good push here by RZN. Now getting across the bridge, some solid squad leaders across the way, aided by our favorite new bridge.
How do we like that bridge?
I've not played Purple Heart since the update, honestly. That's the other side of server browsers, is you just don't play these maps. I really don't mind Purple Heart Lane that much, but, you know, I'd be lying if I said I didn't prefer to play a different map. I think that was some friendly fire here in this house by SAP.
Dang, what was that? Just went off a satchel, maybe?
Yeah, it could have been a satchel, too. You could have been right, yeah. Texas, making sure to hold that house. Let's back up
Or
here
no, maybe it was just RD I was seeing.
Across the line, we have further to the west out here, we have GG. This is another new bridge, I believe.
I want to say that was not there before.
Yeah. GG's able to get across the bridge with his squad. Really, really good work by GG. We have another squad leader over here. Franco is working with the base of fire by Urbu.
I don't remember those trees.
Yeah,
I don't
too much
remember
cover. Back in my day, we just crossed the river with no bridge. Back in my day, we didn't have these fancy trees for cover. Oh, Franco.
Ooh.
Viktorov in a very good spot here with the MG. Making sure that new bridge cannot be used effectively. Solid work.
In a pretty good hidden spot, too.
Yeah. Oh, we're seeing a heavy. He's in a precarious situation. We have a Tiger with Turban, Papa Mike, and Pingham.
Trying to figure out what was his plan there.
You know.
Maybe he was testing out the water depth.
Yeah. He forgot that the bridge
Either
was
way.
over there instead.
I think he's gonna have some difficulty.
Oh no,
what
dude!
is going
No, dude, that.
Oh wait.
Dude.
Oh come on.
Don't doubt Pingwum in the driver's seat right now. He is.
Man alive! Look at that.
Did a Tony
Wow.
Hawk kickflip across the bridge, across the water.
That's traversal with style, guys.
And
Great
now
job.
get the tank, please. Please.
Oh, he's got a line on him.
He's called out though.
Yeah. What we've learned in these broadcasts so far, Herc, is that the tank doesn't always see what you think it sees. There was an example in a friendly match where I think it was Moskva on Merc, and it looked like his tank should have absolutely seen the other one. But then he posted his perspective after the match, and it was too much. The elevation, just he had no sight on him. But we were screaming in the broadcast booth, "Shoot him! Shoot him!" Penguin's gonna get some reps in for his crew. Good spot for a rep station as well there, Awake.
You'll just get RD'd.
Probably. Rep station meta is as much about keeping the rep stations up as building them. Tank is in a bad spot here. Yep. I was hoping we'd see a knife there, Awake. I was really hoping. But the tank goes down. Armor supremacy belongs right now to the Allies and RZN. We have a 76 here and a 76. Also tried to do some cool Tony Hawk stuff, but wasn't as successful, unfortunately.
What is with these tanks? Like, the bridge is okay.
That was the refresh,
I mean,
dude. It's the refresh. No one. Come on. Give him a break. There's no signs you can't park there.
I wonder if they're gonna put a rep station for the tank so you get more XP.
I'm not gonna comment on how I would feel if my teammate did that in a comp game for me. More colorful language that is not fit for broadcast. This tank is in a bad spot. Greba with the rocket. Again, that German AT is just so powerful. And we see rocket coming in from the distance. Does he have a satchel or a rocket? He has a rocket. Vikings with the satchel, though. Ooh, gets splashed off. Greba, no!
Yes!
No, Giba.
Oh. Is he gonna get on top of the tank in time? Oh, no.
No.
If you could jump on top of that tank and we just saw something, like that's a thing that you can do, this is why you cover all the games. Everyone does something a little different. With this 76 rightfully and safely backing up. Right now, losing that heavy would give the SAP boys a armor advantage, so play it safe. Long match. An hour and 10 minutes remain, but at the same time, cap pressure by SAP begins. We see RZN's garrison just behind this house. Small spawn wave up over here.
What's the map looking like for,
They do have some backup garrisons, nothing in the east, but they do have infantry presence there. Gonna have to see them get back here, but Kamada, if he's able to get this garrison, could be a cap for SAP. Things happen very, very quickly in these TPLite matches. Tank battle as well, all the way down the street, gets taken out by presumably another heavy. Artillery, and was that a satchel?
I don't know.
Took out the Gary, and obviously it wasn't Artie that took out the Gary, but the Gary is gone for RZN. We have 2 OPs close in, and a couple out to the west, but SAP infantry, as we back off here, is using that new bridge to full effect. Crossing on the other side as well. 2 squad leaders pushing in. One goes down to Kamerda, who goes down as well. Chris, Ghost, Ozzy. Bullet, Zelensky. Under and Cornell.
Man, just looks like SAP has established pretty good control over Dude Bridge now.
I do hear a tank over here. We have another 76 coming out, hopefully to the rescue. I think we're seeing a tank on the other side of the road. Full defense here for RZN. And I think this is kind of where we were talking about with having 2 aligned points like this between Carrington Causeway and Dove Bridge. Just allowed SAP to move up as a team, move their OPs up, move their tanks up, and create some instant pressure. We are seeing an airhead. Yeah. That looks.
Who's this?
That's SAP's airhead.
It is indeed. 76 in a lot of trouble. Not a lot of infantry around to help him out.
We see an AT player real close.
Yep, engineer as well, gets splashed. This MG is doing a fantastic job shooting out to the west, cutting down that infantry from RZN, and the tank goes down, and that will be a cap for SAP. Slide around here and see what we got. They do have a tank back there further. SAP rolling in their P4. And let's take a look at the map here now. They do have a garrison on Bloody Bend, and it is offset, so they do have time, but as far as squad leaders and OPs that are there in the post cap. I'm sure that's what Guillermo is doing right here. And I'm sure Avogadro over here as well. And Franco. These guys need to get their outposts back up and get their squads back in the fight. Rough situation with 2 tanks there, though, by SAP.
Man, just establishing that dominant control. SAP is killing it right now. We see RZN just still trying to poke in and establish something. 1 squad lead going up against some infantry there with friendly armor nearby, but 2 ATs on his tail.
Yeah, dangerous situation.
Oh, there he
And
goes.
Taka is able to get the 76 kill. Was this a 76 or 75? I didn't quite say. But we have the P4 spearheading the charge down the road. Oh, Ganeda is in a tank now. He was an infantryman just a moment ago. That's interesting to see.
Swapping around.
I think that goes back to what Awake was saying earlier, is that they probably had a set start in terms of like their manpower allocation, and then from there they would change as the game evolved. That's a really cool play by SAP there. And we see their garrison just right next to the Panther tank.
Well, you also have to think about the start too. They did spawn in an extra tank, as well as all their defaults were probably, you know, dead when maybe the first medium rolled out, and maybe his crew wasn't the first, or like the first heavy rolled out. Maybe his crew wasn't the first one to die, so they didn't get the first heavy tank. So obviously you're just gonna go to you're just gonna go to infantry and, you know, help support wherever you are needed until it's ready.
Yeah, especially in a game where you don't have a full 50 players, 3 guys waiting around for a tank in HQ is a really hurtful maneuver as far as your overall team manpower. So just another one of these differences that you have to keep in mind in these smaller formats, and you know, it kind of adds to some more team play that we see on top of it that ordinarily, you know, isn't really a thought. Let's fly over to the defense of the defensive point over here for Bloody Bend, and then seeing Panzer or a Stuart over here, but still tons of time to turn this around. It is a very young game. We're only 28 minutes in, and we're seeing most of the fighting occurring on the main road, as you know you would expect for Purple Heart Lane. Big bulge of infantry pushing out here now. Lumritz, Pingham. Again, he was just in a tank a moment ago. Swap back to infantry. Skeptic. Holding it down as SL on this side of the river. Bridgehead being controlled right now by Viktarov and his squad and Melidas. Good trade. Melidas going for the commander, is able to take him out as well. really good fragging over here by Squad, RXD, Lomba, Balsa. It's the best I'm going to do on that one, I think. And Ego Balsa just gets creamed. I'm so sorry.
You need some better word choices, Caparzo.
Yeah, all right, you know. Things happen fast.
What's the fight over at, what's the last point? Bloody Bend?
We are seeing some SAP make their way into the Northwest. No squad leaders, though, so this is just going to be as good as it gets right now for SAP.
If you just see the distance, 700 meters.
Yeah.
That's long for both teams to do anything.
We are seeing a garrison now set up on the blue line, not too far away from RZN's garrison, which is right underneath me, right there.
It's in the middle of the field.
Look this way, under. It is locked out, so they don't have a stream of infantry to follow, but...
There was a contest in the last point for a half a second.
Yeah, I think you're going to start seeing Kilo Squad getting guys in there, and How, as well as this garrison now spawning. Or this garrison's active for RZN right now. Yeah. Oh, now it's not. 2 squad leaders spawning over here. Immediately aware on the other side of the hedge line.
Look like this MG's just trying to provide some suppressive fire, maybe draw their attention away.
He's going full Rambo.
He most certainly is.
This Alp? Oh, I'm forgetting what team I'm on, I think. I was looking at these outposts like they were going to spawn on those and push, but nope, just this one garrison for SAP over here. Really good shots. Ricardo's going to be aware of that garrison, or at least an outpost. Do we have another hero charge across an open field? I love capturing these. Please, Ricardo. Oh.
Let's go.
MG. Don't look at Ricardo. Pay no attention to Ricardo. Come on, you got him. That bar is so hard. Another spawn wave. Ah, really tough break for Ricardo. It's just too many spawns. I did see another flash of the a point there though for a moment. Awake. I don't know if you caught that either.
I did not.
Could have been lightning. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
It's PHL.
It's PHL. It's PHL. Yeah. It's that guy riding a bike and he puts something in his spokes. It's PHL.
That's the next thing we need in Hella Loose. We need bikes.
Yeah, maybe when we get the Japanese army, we'll have like the bicycle army that they had going. Oh, and a great shot by Priya. Takes out that garrison. That's such an important move. Let's check on... Ooh, very interesting over here. We have a 76 moving in with a decent amount of infantry support. 3 guys, well, turns into 2. Turns into 1. Wow, SAP infantry is fragging out on the point right now. We got Skronal and Balsa. Franco hears them. Ghost spawns in. Oof. Really good rocket. Takes out a little AT on AT action. Benito. We might see some cap pressure start here, boys. Oh, maybe not with this Panther.
Yeah, Panther's in hard cap, so the 2 tanks will cancel each other out.
Yep. Whoever wins this tank battle is probably going to win the point as well. Benito, great work. Gustavo only with 1 rocket right now. And an
Airhead's
airhead.
coming down too.
Airhead. Nice positioning for that airhead, too. Big spawn wave in this courtyard off the SAP garrison, which is being zeroed by artillery. Intense moment here, folks.
Might see a Panther versus 76 battle.
Yep, let's see it. Let's wait for this airhead to spawn in as well. Artie's falling right where it is, I believe, so. Is it still up? It has to be, right? Yep, and it's clear. Ooh.
Rocketed.
They rocketed it. Rayon Zito. Absolutely massive play. Now we just have 2 squad leaders on the point, plus the 76. Close quarters armor.
Oh man, that Artie is just devastating to RZN right now.
Oh, does he have an angle on him? I don't know if he does.
Does he see him? Does he even know he's there?
I think he knows he's there because an infantryman rocketed him, so I imagine he probably pinged him out to his squad leader.
Oh, looks like he got an NG moving up for repairs.
Would love to see a rep
two
station.
armors. Yeah, that would be great.
Oh.
We see those 2 armors moving parallel to each other, and it looks like that 76 is just kind of posted up and is waiting.
Oh, goodness.
Oh no!
Viktorov.
Out of nowhere.
I don't know if he's at full health where he's... Oh, and it shatters. Purple Heart Lane, man. Purple Heart Lane. He's still alive. Somehow. Trying to get squished. Look what we're seeing out in the distance, though. More spawns probably out to the west. A little bit of cap pressure beginning, or contest, I should say. But we're now seeing, with this tank panicking, the Panther taking advantage. Gets a shot in. Only 2 in the crew, so that they are a little bit more reliant on engineers to come repair. We see these 2 repair stations here. I'd love to see another 2 get built for this tank over here. You can take the point with 2 repair stations. I'm a broken record about that, by the way, I realize.
But they're so darn useful.
Until I see blueberries in pub lobbies building rep stations.
That's never gonna happen.
Alright, so then I'll keep saying it. And you're gonna keep listening.
The only time they build rep stations is when they want to drive a truck out of bounds to get XP.
I don't even like saying that. I don't even like hearing about that. Like a grandmother. It's just I just don't like that talk. It just it upsets me.
I feel the same way. I remember watching that happen one time, and I felt on the inside. I felt dirty, and I wasn't even doing it. And I felt dirty.
Especially with server browsers now. There's servers for that. Like, please don't do that during my pub lobby. Crew. Just 1 man left. And Sneezy gets AP mined. Tank is in bad position. Especially bad with this Panther. He's saying stop. Or maybe he doesn't see it. Maybe it's one of those situations again. Oh, 2 tanks here for this Panther. Bang. 1. Is he gonna see the other one? Can that squad lead get a ping on it for him? wonder if he got that ping before he went down. Tank very smartly backs off, saves some fuel. Speaking of fuel resources, 750 fuel right now for RZN, 350 manpower, and 133 munitions. So they're still in a good spot with the fuel.
Are we seeing RZN make any more pushes on that last point?
Let's see.
Or are they just kind of holding off?
Got a sniper over here. RZN is doing a really good job with OPs on the map edge, just not letting anything easy from the blue line. And then across the board, I mean, doing a really good job just kind of keeping them at bay. I think a lot of their cap pressure that they just had kind of gave them a little bit of a breather. So a little bit of a soft reset, and we're seeing a bit of an angled push come in. Ooh, no. That
Did that get it?
Panther,
Rep
no,
stations.
that Panther killed its rep station, but he is
He's
right
still up.
there. I think that's the Panther that's over here in the distance that we see in red. It's a hard shot, really, really hard. Oops, sorry. Very fast. Another rep station getting built up. We have both of these tanks over here right now. Let's take a look. These two Panthers working together. Or is this a Tiger over here? Nope, two Panthers. Little bit of a lull in the game.
See those two armors pushing up together.
Really good work by SAP here. They've really consolidated their gains. We're seeing them all the way up to this blue line here. Let's check in on this battle. Important one to win the battle of the blue line.
And it looks like they're doing a good job of it.
Yep.
Well, they were doing a great job. That
Your turn, Herc. Your turn to jinx it.
yeah, the one guy pushed up right there. It does look like he got headshot, and it looks like that the rest of that squad's gonna get kind of held off right there.
It looks like the heavy for RZN over here is unoccupied. I wonder if it just got stuck or what the situation is. The crew was just killed out of it. Outpost just below us here. Skeptic saw Guillermo spawn, or maybe he didn't. SAP just trading in every gunfight that they're in. You know, it's like as the attacker right now, that's all you can ask for. Franco is having a great game though. I've seen him a couple times in really good spots. Guillermo is back in, looking for revenge, but on an island. Lomba gets
Franco
the OP.
goes down.
Lomba got the OP. Just Menudo.
Manito coming in there with a rocket, trying to wreak some havoc.
Kind of stalemated over here. Both teams playing their respective sides of the road. We do have some SAP infantry moving on here with Gruber and Bullet. Bullet now
Yeah,
playing recon. He was a squad leader just a little bit ago.
Yeah, it looks like they found an opening and they're trying to slip through.
And we see RZN's frontline garrison right here next to this recon.
Recon to recon. Mano-y-mano. Oh, and they're running in opposite directions.
You can actually cross this area here across the water. I think it's like right where Bullet is right now to that hedge line. I mean, I don't think you need to do it anymore because this bridge is here, but I think there's a spot further up here right away that you can jump like here and make it across.
Other way around. Usually you just jump on that boat and then jump
Yeah.
across. Other way around doesn't really work that well.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's
You can't
honestly
make it across in time.
yeah, it's one of the big pain points in that little area is if you're on the wrong side of the river, it really bites you.
More bridges. Get the Army Corps of Engineers out here. We join back on the front line over here. Still all quiet on the western front. It actually is, so that's convenient. But SAP massing up. Wonder if they have a Gary over here. What's this point again, Awake? Do you know offhand?
Sure.
Purple Heart Lane.
Yeah, Purple Heart Lane point with traders and a hopper.
Furiously looks it up really quick. Yes, I knew the whole time. It was...
That's...
The fact that SAP is even up here, though, is important.
That's Jordan Canal.
Jordan Canal, yep. We all knew it the whole time. Did you get it right, viewers? It was a test.
I haven't played a PHL since I think we lost to HLE last season. So.
Oh yeah, we need a overlay for trivia during these matches. Someone work on that. I'm busy that day.
I heard Mahojo does fun facts.
We got to get him on for another broadcast. Then we need more fun facts. Zelensky pushing up these flooded waterways. Here's Preya. Just sneak on by. Don't pay any mind. GG goes down. Tough loss there by SAP. Fly back over to the offensive side of things. Things moving along pretty good again for RZN. Guillermo is up here. He's got quite a few infantry with him. The one linchpin is this tank here, this Panther. And there's another one around too. I just, we'll see if we can find him. Maybe he went off to attack.
I think the one difference with TPL main and TPLite is the engagements that each squad or each person has matter a lot more, in my opinion, than it seems it does in normal TPL. Like in TPL main and just like normal 50-50, 49-49, it's a lot more squad v squad. Like your squad has to beat out this squad or your squads. But in TPLite, it seems like you as an individual or maybe your 2 to 3 squad mates have to win your engagements. Right. If not, it affects a lot more. And I think, you know, SAP has done that pretty well. That's a
RZN Airhead. Come on, don't let Gus take it. It just landed. Blanco. Ah.
What is he looking at? I'm so confused.
Maybe there's a Purple Heart Lane, man. Purple Heart Lane. But yeah, what you said is exactly true. With it like reminds me of like the NBA versus the NFL. With the NFL, you have 22 players, 11 on either side of the ball, plus 11 for special teams. So that's quite a lot of players. 33 players that you all have to have kind of pulling in the same direction. With the NBA, you can have 5 great players and have a super team. You know, your weight matters a lot more when you're one of 5 versus when you're one of, 33 in that case, or 35 and 59 or and 50 in the case of TPLite versus TPL main.
Uh-huh.
Texas, great shot. Does he have a rocket? Or is he satcheled? He is not satcheled. Very brave repair, just to get the tracks up, I believe. Or the engine. Some cap pressure by RZN. Ooh. If this squad leader is able to get a OP up behind this tank, that could be very bad. Oh, and the 76 takes out the Panther on the point. He runs over some mines. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and he's just full forward.
Shift W, as they would say on the PC side of the game. Completely overextends his infantry support, which is very, very dangerous with SAP still having control over this courtyard house.
But we do see him veer off to the right there, which I think was honestly a good move with him overextending like that. It's basically a retreat, but also a flank.
Look at this now. RZN getting some cap pressure in. Artie is the only thing that's really, really hurting. It's spawning right on their OP, but the bombing run does a fantastic job of cutting off this this bridge, at least temporarily. I don't know if they might have lost a garrison over here. I would think so. And now Artie just needs to pound the bridge, just go crazy. Cap pressure is still on. By the way, guys, have you noticed I don't know where you guys are at in the country exactly, but it's already dark outside. This daylight saving stuff just kills me, man.
Yeah, it feels like it's way later than it is.
I know. I'm more tired than I should be, but it's also probably from the clock changing. It also makes it hard.
Tired.
Yeah, you're always awake. We all know that. It also makes scheduling these hella loose matches a lot more difficult, being as though some people do it, some people don't. Europe does it a week before we do it. I'm tired, boss.
Both
Benito.
teams are from Brazil.
Brazilian, okay.
I just read chat.
See, you do have fun facts, Awake. Or our viewers do. Our viewers have the funnest facts. Best viewers in the world.
We see RZN trying to push up and regain control of Duve Bridge. Putting a little bit of pressure there, but it looks like SAP is...
And the tank is
kinda
back, but he's taking...
folding.
Oh no! Oh no, it's right in his behind. Sabbath... Purple Heart Lane. He shatters his rocket.
Oh, there he
wow.
goes.
But then that kills him.
That kills him.
Followed by a smoke round.
Purple Heart Lane.
Purple Heart Lane, baby. Is that a half track moving up over here as well? Yep.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's go, Lopez, or Lopes. Yeah, Lopes is Portuguese. Oh,
Well,
sorry, Awake. You were so excited about it, too.
oh, I was going to say, Artie's going to kill that thing in the next 5 seconds.
commentator's curse just from what was in your head. You have this medium. Oh no. Oh no. That AT is about to have the easiest.
Oh.
I was not saying anything there. Don't clip it.
Oh.
So that 75 ends up winning that battle, taking out that OP. We back out
Turning
here.
and moving to support his own infantry.
It looks like SAP has an OP somewhere over here because they just keep having infantry coming in the back of RZN, causing a lot of problems for them. Look at that spawn wave. We say whole team a lot when we're doing callouts, and I like doing it because it's funny. But this is really the whole team right here in TPLite.
You are not kidding. That is the whole team, which brings a kind of an interesting aspect. Until we see SAP apply any sort of pressure onto Bloody Bend,
Right.
I don't think RZN is going to have the ability to put any pressure onto Doof Bridge, like any considerable pressure. Because you could see that, of course, RZN is having to maintain defenders, and right now those defenders are just not helping the team because there's currently no pressure there.
And I think we've seen, like, in these games so many times that defending a point, just like sitting on the point and defending it, is so hard to do for 90 minutes long. Like, it is a challenge. You're being worn out mentally just from, holding your positions and, taking out wave after wave. But eventually, some mental toughness sometimes wins out in the end, and just like sticking with it and grinding it out and knowing that the other guy is going to get tired before you do. So if I was SAP, I'd be cautious about dedicating so much people to my defenses, because it gives RZN like carte blanche to just say, all right, we're just going to send everyone to the point.
But that brings up another strategic aspect. Maybe that is the point. Because if SAP continues to hold Doof Bridge with their full defensive pressure, RZN gets bored on their defensive point and pushes all infantry forward, then the last point is completely undefended. All SAP would have to do at that point is slip a recon team in, start a cap, eliminate garrisons, and now RZN would have, RZN would have no way to get back to that last point. It could be a strategic play if it's done correctly.
Yeah, and we haven't seen an airhead. At least I haven't caught an airhead by SAP in a bit. They were able to take this point with the aid of an airhead, so maybe they're just waiting for the right moment at this point. If we go over on the other side, is there anything like being set up to where someone could be waiting to where an airhead's going to be dropped? Or
right now, I'm not seeing anything. I've been trying to really look every time you've looked over there with the camera, and I just haven't seen any pressure. Anything really from SAP on that last point. One squad lead.
They do have a garrison down here, though.
Oh, I see it.
A fight of 700 meters begins with one garrison. Takes out some supplies. Definitely hears the static.
Yeah, he's got to know it's
Balsa
there.
plays it very, very smartly.
But really he sees smart. It. That garrison's now exposed.
Yep. If you see some SAP pressure, we'll know that there's probably some spawns off that garrison, but I also imagine that artillery is going to start shelling that very, very shortly. We have a Greyhound moving up for RZN here, a little bit of a flank maneuver. Dangerous, but not any ATs around, so he's good for now. Cap pressure again. Look at this. Into the soft cap by RZN. Already pounding.
I mean, where has SAP gone?
Have they gone to that garrison over here? Let's take a quick peek. It doesn't look like it. Maybe we're just waiting for a massive spawn wave again like we had last time. I believe their garrison was over here, right? Yep. If Artie's able to start shelling that. I mean, you have 2 guns here. You can have 2 guns going, one on the road and one on the garrison, and just try to pinch them out while you get all your guys in here. If we take a look at the map, we have Able Squad, House Squad, Roger Squad, Fox Squad, all pushing from the west. Able Squad the closest into the meat grind. We have 2 red zone garrisons, 3 red zone garrisons encircling Dove Bridge. This one being a very difficult one to get pressure off of because crossing this river is, I think, still impossible. Could be wrong about that.
It is not
Well,
impossible, in fact.
And
Oh,
looking at that,
You should see a dead P4.
looking at that real quick, we can see that there is quite a defensive network of garrisons as well that would be definitely useful in a radar situation
right.
in case SAP does decide to push forward.
And it's good to see a team plan on like these 2 garrisons here in the HQ, because obviously cap pressure starts here, you lose the garrison here, and now you have nowhere to spawn with the HQ getting locked out. So good forethought by Lucas, who's running commander here for RZN today. So well played by him. Cap pressure begins again for RZN and the allies. AT gun up in the middle of the road, gonna make it very difficult for any tanks to come and reinforce their infantry. Fuel battle is being won, I presume, by SAP, considering we are down to 160 fuel for the Americans in RZN. We are seeing a small spawn wave coming in off this garrison. Bombing run as well. It's gonna get this AT gun. Or maybe not. Or there's 2 bombing runs. Good bombing runs by both teams. It's a lot of smoke. Cap pressure begins again. RZN determined. SAP resilient. Ghost. Oh, Zelensky, great kills on the hard cap. So important. Basically wipes out 6 manpower. So impressive by Zelensky there.
Yeah, doing some amazing work.
And those who out there might not be aware, when you're on the hard cap, your weight inside the cap of, towards your pressure is multiplied by 3. So when you're in the battle and you're on the hard cap, each person you kill, just think that was like 3 people anywhere else within the capture sector or the soft cap. So 2 kills inside the hard cap is immensely powerful, especially in a smaller format. He basically allowed 6 guys who are in the soft cap to now pressure the other way.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I keep forgetting in such a small format, such as TPLite. Those small kills like that. There's another one. Those small kills that we would normally, not give so much thought to. Like we know they're strong, they're powerful, but in this scenario, in this format, they are so immense.
Now a P4 back up on the point for SAP, acting as their linchpin. Great work by SAP fighting that off. Let's see if they're able to do any counteroffensive over here, or if they're just sitting pretty. It would appear they are sitting pretty. Can't say I blame them. It's if we go over to the point here, 700 meters to Dove Bridge. That is a hell of a lot of ground to cover. And it is not favorable terrain, as you might have
It is.
noticed.
It is not. It is definitely Purple Heart Lane.
Oh, but a 76 taking out, what was this over here? Is this a tank or? Yeah. Oh, just a light one. Panzer II. I could already hear intake yelling at me. It's a Lux! Very important play right here with the 76. They have the advantage on the light tank that's on the point. They might be able to see him if he was looking that way. Come on. Yep. No, he doesn't see him. Great work. Little Rambo just feathering the trigger. It's awesome.
I mean, making it effective.
Yeah, this guy's been all over the place. Viktorov, he's been playing a great game, and of course,
Yeah, I was about to say.
yeah, that's he was not long for this world. After
Quickly
that.
stop talking.
Yeah.
All right, we do see some AT for SAP moving up on that 76 there. Never mind. Never. See, I am just not going to say anything else at all.
I was saying last night during the TPLite broadcast last evening, but like I want to make sure that these guys get their props and like they get their names said during the broadcast, because now with Admin Cam we can shout out so many people that are playing great outside of the streamers who volunteer their perspectives for the matches. So, you know, I tread a thin line of trying to give people like a little shout out during the broadcast, but at the same time knowing that I'm signing their death warrant. But look at this. More cap pressure by RZN, and this time it's looking especially potent. Vikings. Oh, with the pistol. That's great.
Oh, and then took a round to the face.
This is looking good for SAP, or I'm sorry, RZN, but we do see infantry pulling up behind these guys. Under TK. Oh my god. That's like the third time we've seen that this game. I feel for him. Maybe some server issues.
I think it's just PHL.
Nah, you're probably right. Look at this,
See an
another
airhead there.
airhead, but under TK is in a fantastic spot to deal with it. But does he know? He does. He looked up.
No, he
He's not going to be able to do anything about it.
I think it's going to get some spawns off here. This is massive. Absolutely massive right now for RZN.
Wow.
Look at
That's
this.
a good play.
We just have one squad leader. They definitely have something back here. Yeah, look at that. That's a garrison.
That's a Gary.
That's a garrison because that's a recon player.
They need to take that out so bad. Big spawn wave on the airhead. Get in the cap sector. Get in the hard cap. Look at this,
We
though.
see about an equal amount of pressure on the opposite side of the river
was
there.
that?
This is going to be a battle of weight.
Did they just take out the Gary? They just took out the Gary on Dove Bridge.
There's a Stewart behind them. There's a Stewart behind the bridge.
What a
No,
play.
that is
Who is this?
massive. There he is.
Danilo, Gustavo, and Lumritz, all guys that have done other things than tank during this game, I believe, going to take out the garrison in a clutch moment.
Stewies are useful. Wow, that is an amazing play. What coordination.
Oh no, it's not down. Now it's down. Manito takes it down right after they built it back up again, I believe. And now it is dangerous. It's going to come down to this garrison here now. Are we in the? We're in the soft cap, but
Their
oh
whole
boy,
team.
Wow.
looks like another
Again.
game that happened earlier today.
Literally the whole team.
That is not gonna be enough to flip it. Don't get too comfortable here, though, boys. Make sure you stay alive. Great kills. Great kills. Franco, no surprise. Make sure you get a supply box on this side of the river, ideally. Oh, but they... This is dangerous. They get in the hard cap. Oh, and we just saw RZN put their heads down and just work and work and work. And finally, they are able to secure Dove Bridge. Under 20 minutes remaining. Do they have anything kind of set up near Carentan? We have Pingham,
A little bit of
Phantasma.
pressure.
Sneezy goes down. Their recon
We
is
see the
over
commander.
here. We need to get... Oh! Garrison
Yeah, we
in
see
the
the
red
commander
zone.
over there on that west side. It looks like he is on a garrison building mission. One is up. He's moving further south.
This is very scary to spawn at.
It's scary, but it's...
Oh
I mean, it's
my
open.
god!
And they're going for it.
No one look over here. Pay no attention to your west.
You see them immediately rush for the cover right over there. They are trying to hide their approach.
Yeah, roaches when you turn the lights on. They're just like, oh, find something. There's nothing.
We see one squad lead running across the open over there, further to the south, and then again command circling around to the southwest of Carrington Causeway, presumably to set up an additional attacking garrison. It's commander to commander over there, if you can see,
Oh yeah, it looks
and
like...
it looks like the RZN commander lost that battle.
Yeah, Lopes playing command here for SAP today. They were able to get... we see another garrison over here. RZN supplies dropping right next to it. We have two garrisons... Or, I'm sorry, we have a Panther that is very wounded, and a Puma that's... Would be smart just to kind of pull up here and make life very, very unfun for RZN. Submarine! Oh, gosh. Is that Artie just hitting it, or... Only a couple outposts here. Gary's still up here. Not a fun place to be or spawn. Great play.
No, they're taking shots on the Gary too.
Zito is able to take out 2 outposts. Ghost able to end that before he gets the garrison, but are we gonna get greedy? Are we gonna get greedy? Come on, be greedy. It's okay. It's okay. Aw.
Nah.
I would have said it's fine. No one would think poorly of you. Who do we have over here? Papa Mike, Pingham, and Turan.
Well, it was probably locked at that point. He might have been sitting there for a minute.
That's true. Oh right, we're in the red zone.
Yeah, but stick back. Let them spawn. It's a viable strategy because you are taking players away from another push.
Right.
I know it seems like a dirty play. It's kind of like the what's that lightsaber form where you turn it off and then anyway.
I
It's
know
kind
what
of like
you're talking
that.
about. I'm embarrassed, but
Like-
I am a nerd.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
it's
know
kind of
exactly
embarrassing,
what you're
but
talking about.
It's kind of the same thing, you know. It feels like a dirty trick, but it is a viable strategy. It really is.
I don't know about you guys, but if I was in a universe where I needed to like sword fight or do something like that just to like survive and stuff like that, I don't care about what's like bad manners. Like this is my life, man. SAP really smart. They know. They just need to hold out on point 14 minutes, and they walk away here with a victory. Remember again, folks, 2 minutes left in the match. It takes 2 minutes to capture the point. So if you're not at least starting the capture before 2 minutes are up, that's going to be a GG on the day. So it's a little bit of like garbage time in the last 2 minutes. Get your kills, but we've seen teams turn things around with less time remaining. So RZN, tons of time to make something happen here. Great push out here by SAP, though. Fantastic work. We have T-Bone, one of their reps for SAP. So glad we've been able to showcase more of these TPLite matches. You know, it's just because it's a smaller format or smaller clans or what have you. It's they're always entertaining games. I want to thank T-Bone for reaching out to me, as well as let me pull your name up here. As well as Arcanage from RZN. Thanks so much for reaching out and
Yeah, we're looking at him right now.
Yeah, there he is, holding it down on the with the MG.
Yeah, it's definitely nice seeing the teams willing to participate, reaching out, saying, "Hey, we want you to stream our match." We love bringing these streams to the people, and it's great seeing these how these different teams handle each other.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're a smaller clan out there, maybe you only have 80 players, 50 players in your Discord. Explore TPLite. Get some matches up on the big screen. You can learn a lot from these matches watching from admin cam as well. I know I've learned a ton from watching my own games back with admin cam. So the more the merrier in this community.
Well, and I think something we've...
Oh goodness!
Oh man!
Goodness!
Oh no!
Oh no! That is a brutal wipe.
Oh man! That tank is just crewless now.
Yeah. I clipped it, by the way. I remember. What a great play by Camadera.
Wow! Yeah, Camarada.
He basically took out a tank as squad lead, and you don't see that very often.
Oh, wow. Oh, I mean, they're still gonna have a chance to spawn and try to make it back up there, but that is an amazing little run he did. Just wrapped around, they were lined up for him, bam, bam, bam.
See if they're able to get their crew back up. I believe they do have a garrison close in.
P-Strike.
Ooh. German P-Strike doing German P-Strike things, though, right?
Yeah, killed infantry, so it wasn't useless.
There's that tank crew. They are pushing back up. One is down, but it looks like at least one's gonna make it. And there's... Oh, the other did not.
I mean, that's really smart by SAP Artillery, just saying, all right, we don't have anywhere to shell maybe, we don't know where a garrison is. Let's just shell the empty tank, because we do know the crew is going to try to get back in there. But the driver is going to drive it to safety.
We did get one in there, so he is definitely going to be putting that son of a gun in reverse.
Yeah. We have a rep station back here for him. Just going to get a little safe. Let's take a look at the map. Dove
What a
Bridge.
good save.
One Gary on Dove Bridge, and RZN Infantry making steady progress up. We have Able Squad, who is somehow made his way over here. Urbu, Manito. These two players we've seen a ton today. What does their garrison situation look like? On point here, though. Oh, we are seeing this tank take some shots. Sorry, we're doing a lot of things at once here. All the way in the distance. Long shot. Is that an AT gun, maybe? With one gunner? Ooh. That's a far shot. Where are we looking at over here? I don't even know where that is from.
There was an AT gun, middle of Dove Bridge.
Oh, that'll do
He got
it.
killed off of it though.
He's got his rep station over here. Ganeda, Mac Daddy, and Cavero. Much more infantry now. We see their garrisons right here on the front. So dangerous if, I don't know if Able Squad still has their OP. They do not. Unfortunate. There is some offensive pressure. Big spawn wave. Looks like RXD might know about that garrison. Vlad's, wait for me, guys. I'm still trying to get in.
Minutes left, essentially 8. Getting dicey.
Yeah.
Everyone's about to. RZN's about to throw everything they have at the Carentan Causeway.
Right, and they should. They should. They have this tank up. He's at full health now. They have infantry that is bubbled out in front of them, so we have about 6 minutes to really make something happen here. Get across this bridge is the #1 priority. This tank gonna make things hard. It's only a medium though, so using coax, he's gonna expose himself, and he goes down.
Oh.
Good play by the 76. Infantry is light on Carentan Causeway. RZN making their play across the bridge. Who will win this rivalry match here between these two fantastic teams? Put on a show here. RZN.
This will be the push that determines it.
Yep.
We see RZN with a pretty sizable push in.
We have 3 squad leaders.
6 against 1 now.
Yep.
One SAP on point Carentan Causeway.
We're gonna see a big spawn wave here in a second. Can ping
Can
them.
they get to it in quick enough?
They have a really great MG up over here though. Giba.
And they're running right into him.
Oh, Guillermo.
He's making it.
Making
He's
a
running
big
for
play.
it.
Knife him. Okay, it's fine.
And he's on the Gary.
On the Gary. 8 minutes left. Guillermo takes out the Gary.
Panthers engaging the 76 too, I think.
Yep.
SAP pushing back in as quick as they can there from the south.
The Panthers in trouble, or the 76 in trouble. Meanwhile,
There's the cap pressure.
SAP
Can RZN
rallying.
bring enough in?
Get in there,
It's
boys.
all going to be about this gunfight here.
3 OPs, you can stack those up with almost as many players are on your team in this format.
Come on, guys.
If you're doing the 10 OP strat, you really
Are
can.
they gonna play this?
T-Bone, Cornell against Guillermo. Guillermo takes him down.
3 down. 4 down. Guillermo and Bruno are the only ones left up.
Cap
Facing
pressure.
Hazo and Cornell.
Pauses.
Bruno up against both. Guillermo coming in from the side. Nope, maybe.
Now we're
Guillermo's
seeing.
down.
Now we're seeing some really big pushback from SAP. Not gonna
Yeah.
lose this game here. Not gonna let the victory fall out of their hands here.
Oh, that was an amazing push,
It
though.
was Guillermo with a really, really solid push, getting in there, taking out the garrison. But look at this. We're now seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 squad leaders from SAP on the point.
Who is that still up? Is that Bruno?
That's Bruno.
Oh, man. Holding it down.
Giba's shoot him through the floor. Oh, and he trades. Ping him. Look next to you, ping him.
Skeptic right there. Does he not see him?
No,
Oh, there he
doesn't.
is.
Now here we go with the garrison. Skeptic's gonna get it up. Oh,
No, he's not. Manito pushing back in with Checkmate and Franco. Are they going to regain control?
We did see Dovebridge flicker there for just a moment,
We have an outpost there on the south side.
right?
Lambda and RXD come back in, but RXD is down.
Manito takes out the OP as well as the supplies, infiltrating the
in.
house.
Franco right behind. Ghost pushing in south side.
Checkmate, I believe, is running medic just for the smokes at this point. Judging by all the smokes there, we're seeing bombing run coming in. Not taking out a ton because of that house. I don't understand really how it didn't
I don't
kill
think it was
Vikings.
effective to anyone.
Yeah. Cap pressure begins again, and it's going back and forth. T-Bone across the bridge.
T-Bone's down. Pingham's down though. They traded.
Yep. Manito, is he able to take out
Attack coming in. Down.
And we're seeing another bombing run, this time an offensive bombing run by RZN and an airhead coming through. Bombing run airhead combo, 5 minutes remaining. Who sees the airhead? T-Bone.
T-Bone's right next to it.
He just spawned.
He spawned in.
He sees it.
Oh, yep, he sees it.
No.
No, he doesn't? Oh, Balsa does, though.
You sure?
No.
What is going on?
No. Is it locked?
It's a
it's a
defensive area.
It's their airhead.
Oh gosh, well I should have checked the map earlier, but we are seeing cap pressure over here. This is going to buy SAP a ton of time. If you're RZN, you really can't be too upset about this because you do need to dedicate as much manpower as you can for this mid cap. RZN getting pressure back, but SAP
Yeah, saving it,
invigorated
but
on
SAP
point.
also saved it.
Two tanks over here. We have two Panthers.
Manito's still up in point, though.
Manito is probably very scared in the stairwell here. They're trying to grenade him out, and they do.
And they did.
How that awake? Is that really cool too? Do you?
What?
Manito getting absolutely turned into soup upstairs. Almost.
I need to see some mine kills.
I think we're still seeing some pressure over on Doof Bridge by SAP. I think RZN's pushed them back out, but they're definitely still
Do they
applying
have
that
a red
pressure.
zone? Barzo, look at the map and see if they have a red zone gear. They do.
They do. And that's
Yeah,
really
Delta
going to
6.
be the last hope for RZN to turn this around with just over a minute remaining to get cap pressure started. These tanks for SAP really putting in work though. Let's back up here. Cap pressure beginning again on Dove Bridge.
We are almost at that 2-minute mark, and we are still seeing that pressure on Doof Bridge by SAP.
Slide over. Yeah, it's looking for real pressure as well. At this point in the cap, it's going to be really hard for RZN to start anything on Causeway without losing this point first, so I think with that, SAP is going to wrap up the win in this rivalry match for TPLite on Purple Heart Lane.
Wow, what a match.
And they're going for the
GG's to both of
4-1.
them.
Yeah, absolutely a great game. I'm so glad we got to see this one.
Clearly amazing, like, thought out strategies by both teams there with some of the things that they've done.
Yeah, from the start, we saw SAP come out with a strategy, all those tanks. I mean, both teams kind of did on that opening trip down the road, so great work by both of these teams in their preparation, but SAP will win the day here today, and it looks like they might get the 4-1 on top of it. As you would want to in a rivalry match, too, right? You do want to go for the 4-1 if you have the chance.
Oh, you want to go for the 5-0 still, though.
Every time. If only there was just another couple minutes, I'm sure they'd be all over that SAP.
Oh, what an amazing play, though. That Stewie coming in trying to save the point as much as he can.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Additional spawn wave here, gonna wrap things up there for SAP.
Yep.
But
So that's gonna push up. It looks like they completely pulled off a Karen 10 Causeway, committing
yeah.
full forward to Doof Bridge.
Yeah, but as we wrap up the broadcast here, I want to thank both the teams again for allowing us to join in here and stream. This is a great way to showcase the TPLite format and give every clan their time on the big screen. So thank you to the clans. Appreciate your reaching out. Herc, Awake, thank you guys so much for everything you do in the community. It is massive. This last weekend we had as many streams as we've ever had in the console Hell Let Loose space, and I think the engagement across the board on everyone's channel has been just a beauty to see. So thank you guys for everything, and thank you, the viewers, for tuning in here and spending some of your Sunday night with us. We really appreciate your views and your chats. We love reading it and chatting about Hell Let Loose, of course. So
Well, and a special thanks to you, Caparzo. You have put in a tremendous amount of work to get us to this point where this is the most that we've ever streamed. You have been tireless in your efforts to continue to drive this forward. And with that, I want to say, if anyone else wants to join the team and help so that we can continue this trend and keep this going forward, get in contact. Join the team. Let's make this the best it can be. Caparzo, thank you for keeping this going, man.
of course, I'm really happy to do it. I'm happy to do it for the community. Awake, you got anything last things you want to plug before we end a absolutely intense Hell Let Loose weekend?
I have nothing. I am tired from this weekend. This has been there's been so many games that I've been a part of. I think this is like what, my fifth or sixth stream. So it's been a fun weekend. Obviously, it's still early. It's still more good games to come. Still some good matchups.
Yep, it's a long season, so make sure you follow the People's League for more the People's League streams. You follow Awake at Now Awake for some streams from other leagues as well as the People's League and just some really fun clips. Awake does a really good job. Follow Caparzo, Hell Let Loose, myself. I have tons of videos on my channel, and I stream for other leagues as well. And Herc, you have any last things other than just join the People's League and get involved?
Man, get involved, join the team, help us out, help us bring more of this product to the community. If you're a team out there, you're watching this, get involved, join the league. We've got exciting things coming up into the future. I can't wait to share it with all of you. It's definitely going to bring TPL to the next level.
And we're so excited to hear more and for everything that comes next here, Herc. So with that, again, thank you so much, viewers here at home. Thank you for spending your Sunday night with us, and we hope you have a great week ahead and a great rest of your evening. Take care, everyone.